Welcome to the 29 Toes Tyler podcast.
Okay.
That's
29
This is
toes.
I Have 9 Toes and My Name's Podcast.
That's a new one.
This is Tyler. My name's Podcast. I like it.
My is Tyler and podcast is mine. 10 toes.
I'm sitting on Sean 9 Toes plus podcast.
And up Grizzly McCoy, Carl Pierce with 10 toes.
You have such a sensual voice.
That's beautiful.
I listened to a lot of Seal this weekend, so
Ooh, kisses from a rose.
yeah, on repeat.
I manhandle mics. It's the thing. Don't worry about
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
So, we're just going to jump straight to the shit.
it. If you say so.
Endgame, boys.
Mm.
We are past
We've
the
reached.
Russo brothers ban on spoilers. So guess what? There's going to be spoilers all over this episode. If you haven't seen Endgame yet, don't listen.
Tom Hanks dies.
Yeah, this is straight up spoiler cast. If you haven't listened, wow. If you haven't listened to Endgame, don't watch this.
Oh, that's my least favorite audiobook.
If you haven't watched Endgame, do not listen to this whole podcast. We're telling you now, if you listen to it and you get pissed, it's your own fault. So, no lawsuits, please.
All right, so let's hear everyone's. Look, let's start off with a rating, and then we can go into it.
Okay.
All right. So,
That's fair.
out of 29 toes, what are you giving it there, Sean?
I'm giving it 27.
27. All right,
Yes.
Lucas, where are you giving it?
Ooh, Sean set the bar. I'm trying to decide if I liked it more than Sean at this point.
Oh,
You know what? 26. That's still my highest
right, I'm
rating
gonna-
I've given.
I'm gonna give it a 21.
Whoa!
And
Ooh, wow.
Carl, let's hear a
I'm
rating.
going to give it a strong 16 toes. A strong 16.
21?
we worked our way
21.
down.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what you are expecting from me. Like
Wow.
this is just where we're starting.
Oh, Tyler, look what I did for you today.
Oh,
Just for you, bud.
Fuck
jerk
you.
move.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
America's ass.
It is America's
That
ass.
is America's ass.
All right, so let's
Wait, who gave it the low? Carl.
Carl gave it the lowest.
Yeah, I gave it the lowest.
Explain
Grizzly
yourself.
McCoy.
I felt like on a movie aspect of it, it was lacking. Just in the structure that we typically see and expect from a successful movie, it was lacking in that. And also the character development in the movie was super lacking.
That's not your
compared
typical
to
movie.
Infinity.
The
And-
Endgame was not your typical movie.
But compared to Infinity Wars, like the Russo brothers set a great movie up. Like they were just like, yeah, this is it. But then they shafted us. They shafted us with this movie.
What characters are you still developing at this point?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like outside of the original 6 characters that we had in the original Avengers,
Yeah.
did you feel any connection to anyone else in that movie?
When
They
all
threw
came-
them all.
Was I supposed to?
I felt like it.
Jeez. I mean, I was gonna say Thor, but he's in there already.
I'm saying, like, look at Infinity Wars. Think about how you felt about the Guardians of the
Infinity
Galaxy.
War.
Sorry, Infinity War. Think about how you felt about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you still have that, like, yeah, they meshed so well together in Endgame?
No.
They were just thrown in there. Spider-Man, you still felt that connection. Like, you were just like, oh my gosh, yeah, Spider-Man's awesome. Again, it felt like he was thrown in there. I mean, I guess Spider-Man had a little bit more than anything else because he had that connection with Tony Stark, but it was just thrown in there. Thor I actually really liked.
I really like the Scarlet Witch, but she wasn't really, a big plot point, but her
No.
part in it was, I think she was so cool.
And she overpowered Thor, which
Yeah.
she could barely do in Infinity Wars. Like, the power scale was completely off. It was just...
She could have taken Thanos, realistically, I think.
She's really one of the most powerful characters in the comics too.
Absolutely, yes.
So
But she was just you're right.
But
she
she
was
got
just
destroyed in Infinity Wars.
she was
Yeah.
just like a side, she was a side piece in this movie.
she could be my side piece. Was that weird?
Gosh, Olsen, what's her name?
Mary Kate.
Yeah.
No. She's an
Ashley.
Olsen.
I don't think
Isn't the Scarlet Witch an Olsen?
Yeah, she is Elizabeth Olsen or Emily or is Liz? Yeah,
Yeah.
something Beth.
Something, yeah.
Eliza.
Elizabeth.
Urkel.
Urkel Beth.
Urkel Beth Olsen.
And-
What do you guys think of the beginning of the film?
I thought it was super slow.
okay, I gave it.
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, by the beginning, I mean up until the point where Thor cuts Thanos' head off.
Okay. I thought that should have been in Infinity War.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no reason to
It felt
put
like
5
Infinity
more
War.
minutes. I mean, what? That only took 5, 10, 15, probably at the most 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah,
Actually, is like 20 minutes into that movie, like to get to the point where the time skip happened. That was 20 minutes of our life that we can never get back.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this was a 3-hour movie. Infinity War was 2.5. Why didn't we just cut the difference? Take that 15 minutes, put
Yeah.
it back into Infinity War.
I think that originally was a part of Infinity War, and they really wanted it to end with a snap, so that's what they did.
yeah.
But yeah, it felt like Infinity War big time. But that was one of the most emotional parts for me too, is when Tony Stark comes back to Earth and Cap and everyone's out there waiting for him.
He looks like shit.
He does, skinny,
Looks real bad.
like Copper Man.
When they start off with Hawkeye, so my understanding is that Hawkeye becomes Ronin. Is that
Yes.
what
Mhm.
happens?
That's correct.
Yes.
So yeah,
Mhm.
the movie
Mhm.
starts with his entire half of everyone, but his entire family gets snapped away, and then he snaps. And,
Well, over half of the fucking people in Infinity War, the superheroes got snapped.
but I'm saying, what are the odds that his entire family got taken away?
Right.
3 kids and his wife.
I guess it happens.
That was another strong thing that I didn't like, was the fact that he was so committed to just like being like, yeah, these people need death, and
Yeah.
then it just took Scarlet Witch being like, or Black Widow being like, hey, we need you on the team, and he cried and was just like, all right, let's go.
I've been doing horrible things.
Yeah.
You
I
don't,
can't
you
have
don't
this
want
near
me
me.
anymore.
I was like, that wasn't a very strong conviction. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Anybody else not care when Black Widow sacrificed herself?
Yep, no emotion.
I was like, oh, okay, good. Better her than anyone else.
Like when Gamora went, that one I was like, oh god, that one
Yeah.
hit me
Yeah.
right in the feels. And they did. It wasn't the same the second time around. Like I went and saw it with Josh Farroncrow, and he looked over and he's like really funny that they're sending the B-listers in to get the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like almost like they knew that they could kill one of them off and it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
I kind of wish it was Hawkeye, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Speaking of Hawkeye, I've found this online, but not a lot of people have. I haven't found an answer, but towards the end, towards the funeral scene, his whole family's standing off to one side with him. All the kids are back together. Did they adopt kids? Because there's this taller Asian kid standing with him.
He's not Asian.
He's an Asian kid.
Did you guys watch Iron Man 3?
No. That kid is off to the right by himself. This kid is with Hawkeye's family. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
This is
as an
part of
adult?
Hawkeye's family, this tall Asian kid.
Oh no, I didn't see him.
maybe
Yeah.
they were good people and they adopted.
That's what I'm
Sean. What's your
asking. I don't
problem?
know, but
Yeah,
it's
you got a problem with people adopting kids?
no.
Dang, Sean.
I was asking who it was. Relax.
So it's not their child because it's not the same
I
race.
literally asked
Really
if they adopted.
close-minded.
Wow.
I
What kind of
literally-
podcast did I come on?
I asked if they adopted kids at the beginning.
Well, now we know Sean's a racist too.
Yeah. We're
10
down to
racist
2.
toes.
We have 9 unracist toes currently. So
19.
you're kind of racist.
How am I racist?
Yeah, Carl doesn't like black people.
How did I not like black people? 5 of my toes are black.
Wait, what about the?
I eat your split down the middle.
So I'm gonna jump straight into it. I loved the movie, and I thought it was a great movie, but they did me dirty in that movie. They did me dirty.
What'd they do? Preach.
Fat Thor.
Hulk, they ruined Hulk.
You didn't like the intelligent Hulk?
No.
No, because that is not Professor Hulk, and I can go into why it's not
well,
Professor Hulk.
you better, because I don't know.
Because
The-
Professor Hulk's entire job was to eliminate all of the other Hulks in the universe. He was even more intelligent than Bruce Banner. Not, we put Bruce Banner in Hulk's brain.
Not necessarily. He wasn't more intelligent.
Yes, he was.
He couldn't figure out time travel.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm talking about and Professor Hulk in the comics is more. He's able to.
Professor Hulk in the comics is way smarter than Bruce Banner.
Hey, your Thor failed in the first movie and the second movie, so fuck you.
Hey, I like Big Lebowski Thor just fine.
Goodness.
Thor was the greatest part of that movie. Fat
Yeah.
Thor for life.
I'm just saying. And then Russo brothers were like, "Yeah, Hulk's arm injury, that's permanent." I was like,
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
I had problems with that too.
In the MCU, like I'm not even talking comics. In the MCU, they talk about how like Hulk can regenerate from anything. And they're just like, yeah, nope, that's it.
So are we to assume that Professor Hulk is the permanent new Hulk?
I hope not.
I don't either.
I think so.
I was kind of disappointed you didn't get to see that merger because they really played in Infinity War how
He's
hard,
a little bitch.
how Bruce Banner could not bring Hulk out.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Beamer. But then all of a sudden, in Endgame, it's by the way, he's just Hulk all the time now, and he's smart.
So I think what they need to do is they need to make a really badass movie about Hulk and have Bruce Banner actually separate himself from the Hulk like he did in the
Mm-hmm.
in the comics, in the cartoon, like that always happens. They need to separate the two and then be like, oh shit, they can't survive without each other and they have to try to get back to
Wait.
each other.
And he gets separated. The Hulk's his own thing.
Yes.
And he's
in both the cartoon and the comics.
so he's Hulk smash all the time.
Yes. But the
Oh.
Hulk cannot survive without Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner cannot survive without the Hulk because they've been together forever, even before the Gamma shit.
What?
The rage
Yeah.
inside
Yeah.
of Bruce Banner.
Hulk's always been inside of Bruce Banner.
The Gamma just brought him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue.
Uh,
I'm such a Marvel noob, I guess.
It's fine.
I do like that they introduced the multiverse theory though with this.
That's what they're gonna roll with going
Yeah.
forward, big time.
which is awesome because that's a huge
Yeah.
thing in
Yeah.
Marvel.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but
Say it.
Marvel, it took 22 movies to introduce a multiverse.
Mhm.
DC is already resetting their universe with Flashpoint. So,
Mhm.
I mean, what are they, like 3, 4, 5 movies in?
5 or 6.
Yeah, they need a restart.
Yeah,
They need a
They
restart.
just need to wipe the slate.
they did it out of necessity, not because it was a creative move.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that DC is better story writers in the comics. I will give it to them all day long.
In the comics.
In the comics,
Okay.
DCs are way more fun to read than Marvel, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, also,
in his
Hulk-
very humble, not biased opinion.
now Hulk is still my favorite, and that's who I love to read.
Who's your
but
favorite DC?
Who's my favorite DC? It'd probably have to go to Aquaman. But
You know who I like better than Hulk?
what?
The DC equivalent. What's his name?
I have no idea.
Is
who
it
you-
the Swamp guy, Swamp Man?
Yeah.
Or not Swamp Man?
Abomination?
No,
No,
Abomination's
Abomination is Marvel.
MCU.
We've talked about him on the podcast.
Are you
Swamp
thinking
Thing.
about
Swamp Thing.
No, the guy
Solomon
who,
Grundy?
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. Was born on a Monday.
Solomon Grundy is hilarious.
I love Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
I do too.
He was my favorite.
All right, back to Endgame.
Yeah.
So that was now. I just thought getting to the end fight took forever.
That's what I was gonna. I gave it a high rating because I only saw it one time, but it was so good all the way through. But I think if you watch it again, it's gonna fucking drag big time probably.
Until that end fight, which is one of the greatest battles that's ever been shown on
absolutely,
movie.
absolutely, I
agree.
will say that.
Not as good as the Titanic sinking.
Oh man. When I saw this in theater, I went to the midnight whatever premiere. And when Doctor Strange shows up and does his ring thing and starts opening all those gates, some woman in the theater just goes,
was
like
was
the
the
whole-
Muscatine movie theater busy for that?
It was full.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like, you know how long it took for him to open all the doors for them to. That whole time, that woman was just sobbing. I'm like, holy shit.
Gosh.
It was pretty great. It also scared me though at first because she was like right behind me. She
That's probably one of the best
screamed.
parts of the movie.
Do you want to hear the scariest? All right, I'm sidetracking, but it's
You
one I
just
do.
said, "Hey, let's
Yeah.
get back on
No,
the
but
Endgame."
the scariest thing that I've ever seen in a movie was in Batman versus Superman. I saw it opening night, and we're at the Davenport theaters, and we're sitting there, and there's that scene with
The nightmare scene.
the nightmare scene.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
someone just yells out, "He's got a gun!" As we're in a theater. On the last Batman movies, people were shooting up theaters, and I was just like, "Oh fuck! Here I go, about to die."
Jesus Christ!
He got
Why would
excited.
you yell that in a movie theater?
Why would he yell that into the mic?
I was excited.
If you're gonna yell back off the
Oh, I'm
mic
with
a
Will
Well,
little
then you
bit.
need to
Tyler.
put some compression on me.
Maybe he was reading the closed captions.
Did Batman have
Yeah.
a gun in there?
Oh, he
Yeah.
had the deaf thing where they have the mirror on the glasses so you can read the closed captions from the back of the theater.
Gosh.
He's
But
kinda
why
got-
would you freaking yell that in a movie theater?
Because Aurora.
So back to Endgame.
Yeah.
So and how about
How about the choice in the next Captain America?
How about just
Ooh.
Captain America? How they did him dirty in general.
how did they do
Yeah.
Cap
No,
dirty?
No, back to
Didn't make any
Carl's question. I thought it
fucking
was going to
sense.
be
Bucky.
Bucky the whole time because what does freaking Falcon? What are
I think it was a contract thing.
he's not? He doesn't
Oh,
have.
my
Why not just give it to Hawkeye? Why not be Hawkeye? and Captain
Because
America?
Falcon became Captain
He
America in the
does.
comics.
But Falcon doesn't have
After
super
Bucky.
strength. He
Yeah.
doesn't have any of that. He's
Yeah.
just a man who has robot wings.
And actually, Bucky became Captain America before.
Yeah.
I said he became Captain America after.
There's been
Bucky.
multiple Captain Americas, but
There's like 7 right now.
Falcon, he's a man with robot wings.
Yeah.
He's like Iron Man, but unprotected by the rest
Yeah.
of his armor.
He's like he's worse than Hawkeye.
I think it was just a signing thing with the
could
contract
be.
with the guy.
Well, the
who plays
Russo
Bucky.
brothers said that they kind of wanted to separate themselves from the comics or something, and they thought that with Bucky's mind is still able to be like taken over, that Steve Rogers would pass it on to Falcon instead at that point.
Can Falcon even hold the shield up?
Real talk.
Can he throw the shield?
You know,
We've seen Bucky do it already.
so Sean brought up the shield. Kyle wanted to come be on this episode so bad. I told him no, like
Yeah,
3 or 4 separate times last night. His biggest problem with the entire movie, specifically with Captain America, is how did he come back with the shield? That's all Kyle cares about.
How about how they did Mjolnir dirty?
Yeah, that's true. That's
They
true.
did Mjolnir fucking dirty. Steve Rogers went back in time with Mjolnir. Did not come back with Mjolnir.
Yes.
Oh shit, he didn't.
No, I brought that up last night, and Kyle was like, "No, the shield was broken."
Yeah,
But he took the fucking hammer and didn't come back with the shield was broken.
Yeah,
What?
Kyle was so hung up. There's so many other problems with that whole thing. Kyle's like, the shield.
And also, how did
Almost
it not
like he
come
went
back,
back
on the
to
launch
the
pad?
people who made the shield and could probably fix it.
That's how it got explained to him, and he was like, "No, they could only make one." That's what Kyle
Well, why
said.
didn't he just
Yeah,
grab the other?
Yeah, Black
another one?
Panther made his suit out
Yeah.
of adamantium, whatever the hell it is.
Wait, hold on.
And Black Panther
Vibranium.
made Captain
Wait,
a
no, that
shield.
doesn't make sense. That does not make sense because in that universe, because Steve Rogers went back in time and was in that universe, that means that shield that he was holding already had been given away to Captain America in that universe. So it wouldn't make sense. He shouldn't have that shield. That's a plot hole.
There's a lot of plot holes that involve the whole Captain America coming back old.
15's toes. I'm redoing it.
Oh.
15 toes for a plot hole.
Damn.
Do we just give Kyle some credence on his shield theory?
No,
Carl did.
because I'm just saying, like, he went back in time to the people who
Right.
made the shield.
Right.
They could have very easily been like they could have given it away, and then guess what? The exact same guy shows up and be like, "Hey, the shield's broken. Something's wrong." We're like, "Oh,
he didn't
okay."
take the shield back with him.
Yeah, no, he brought the shield and the hammer with him, right?
No, he didn't
No,
have
he-
the
no.
shield.
Oh, he just
So
had the
he
hammer.
killed
No, his
the
shield
other
was
Captain America.
shattered.
No,
Yeah.
that shield was already given to Captain Rogers and been destroyed. Why it doesn't make sense is because that Steve Rogers in that universe handed him, because that the Steve Rogers that left was not the same Steve Rogers who was the old man sitting on the bench. So that
Yes,
means,
it is. It's the same one that left.
How could he come back? He only had enough to go back, and he chose to go.
It
might
might
not-
back in
I'm
the
with Carl here. It might not be the same one because he did not come back on the pad. He came back 30 yards down a hill.
I don't think
Yeah.
he came back. He just lived long enough and
Yeah.
showed up at the lake.
He knew exactly where to be at the right time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he got sent back from there. He was
Tyler!
like, I'm going to fucking
That's a different one.
put some compression on.
I can't just compress you.
Why not?
It has to compress. Oh, I'm not getting into this.
Well, the good
I don't
thing
care
is
if you yell. Just go get it back a little.
I'm
bit.
not. I'm going to yell straight
Okay.
you
in.
won't have to deal with Steve Rogers in any more movies for a while.
I know Captain America's dead finally.
There's two
But-
Captain Americas surviving for like however many years. too.
Outside of the first Captain America, the Captain America movies have been amazing.
Yeah.
For a character I do not like, Captain America movies have always slapped.
Winter Soldier was great.
Yep.
Winter Soldier, Civil War.
All right, Civil War was great, but you can't say that was a Cap
Because it
movie.
was Avengers 2.5.
That
Yes.
that was Captain America Civil War. It
Yeah.
followed Captain America around pretty well.
That was Avengers 2.5.
It was. No other movie has had that many of the Avenger characters in it that was not an Avengers movie.
And hello, Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. It's my boy.
I don't. What are they gonna do with the Iron Man? Like,
He's dead.
He gone.
no, he's not dead.
He's dead.
He
With
got-
the multiverse theory, no one's dead. No one's
Tony
permanently
Stark's
dead.
character is gone.
Robert Downey Jr.
Is out.
is done.
What if they bring someone else in to play Iron Man?
It's going to be
Black
Black,
Panther's
Panther's
sister.
sister or the kid from Iron Man 3, Iron Man Jr.
What if they bring the one that's in the comics right now? That little girl.
It could be Iron Man's daughter,
Oh, she's.
who's the chick from 13 Reasons
She could
Why.
just be a kid
Did
inside
you
of a
hear?
huge
Did
suit.
you hear about what they did to that girl?
Cut that bitch out.
Yeah.
She got cut.
What happened?
She got cut on 13 Reasons Why and in the,
Yeah.
and in the Marvel Universe.
She was in the movie.
Yeah.
No,
she-
she was supposed to be. She was supposed to be.
in a time lapse, Iron Man is supposed to see his daughter grown up.
well, you know how in Thanos
Oh.
went to the Soul Stone and saw baby Gamora.
Yeah.
After Tony Stark snapped, he was supposed to go to that world and see his older daughter, and just be like, "I had to do this," and she's like, "No, it totally makes sense. It's cool," and then gives him peace, and that's when he passes. But the Russo brothers cut it because they're just like, they don't need that. That's too much exposition. Get that out of here.
3 hours and 3 minutes. They
There
couldn't
was
add
also
another
supposed
minute.
to be a Thanos backstory in this movie.
Yeah.
There isn't shit.
Like there, it was supposed to be like 30 minutes of Thanos' actual backstory.
You know why? Because the movie completely nerfed Thanos. Thanos was totally underwhelming
Hey,
in all the movies. Yeah. That's not good.
What's that?
I got it.
automatically
Oh,
stops after a certain time, probably.
It's only got a 30-minute timer.
Let's wait for mine to do that. Hopefully it doesn't.
I enjoyed the time travel
My
aspect.
phone's just gonna overheat and melt though, so it's fine. It's cool.
I enjoyed the time travel aspect, the idea of it, but they spent
Back
a
to the Future
long
is shit.
time with that. They spent way too much time with it.
You mean Tony just being like, "It's impossible." Well, let me give it. Let me give it an afternoon to see. Oh
No.
crap! I happen to.
His computer did it for him, even.
Can I get a Mobius stripped in first? And
yeah.
it works. Yeah, in a day he's like, oh, it's
His
impossible.
AI did it for him.
I did it. I got it.
I did it. Oh my gosh!
I got it, Gwyneth Paltrow, you bitch.
In your stupid face.
Your stupid Lady Iron Man suit.
She was too important in this movie too because she didn't show up in the other ones because she didn't want to be in the movies. And they bring her back in this one, and she's all very important. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Who is that other girl?
Should have told her to fuck off.
The girl from the Thor movies.
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman?
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
She wasn't even in the movie. That was all edited.
Yeah, because she didn't want to be in the movies anymore. That's why they
Yeah.
had to
Yep.
write her out.
Thor got his heart broken.
Yeah,
Little Thor heart.
because they did something dirty
Watched his
to-
mom die again, or not watch, but
Knew
saw
she
his
was
mom.
going to her death.
Yeah.
and she's like, I know you're not my Thor.
Yeah.
His mama wise. Happy Mother's Day, Thor's mom.
We're actually recording this the day before Mother's Day, just so
Correct.
everyone knows.
Happy
so.
Mother's Day, Jana.
I'm a mother's lover. You're a mother.
Brittany doesn't get Mother's Day till next year. She missed it.
It's also
Missed the cutoff date.
It's also Happy Dog Mom Day, so I expect some stuff coming my way.
You're not a dog mom.
Kind of am.
You're not.
Okay.
Is that it? That sounds like a spin-off of Dogma. The
Dog Mom.
Mhm.
All right.
Dog Mom.
So we need to go into
It's the bestiality
at least
porn parody
one,
of Dogma.
One more. I got at least two more things we need to talk about. The first one will be pretty fast. Steve Rogers picking up Mjolnir. Where'd that come from?
Mm.
And then the Russo brothers said he could do it the whole time.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then I also read that he could not do it. And was it the first Avengers movie where they're all dicking around?
Second.
No, that was the second one. He could not do it because he had not yet admitted to Tony Stark that Bucky killed his dad. He knew it, and that was like a sin, and he wasn't
gosh.
complete with it.
It's going way back.
Yeah, but that was why he couldn't do it then, because he still had
Yeah?
a sense of guilt about that.
No.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't
first
buy
off-
that.
First off,
Well, they
I don't
had to
care if
explain
he-
it, so that's how they did it.
Yeah, okay. But in Thor Ragnarok, when he loses his hammer, Odin is like, "Oh, are you the god of hammers or are you the god of thunder?"
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, Steve Rogers is like, "Hey, look, I can use lightning too."
Yeah.
Captain America used Thunderbolt, super
I was like-
effective.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I did
what
not-
the fuck? You guys just completely make fucking Thor look like a bitch when he's not. He's a fucking god.
Picked it up, never done it. Yeah, and he's throwing thunderbolts. I thought the same thing. Never doing it before.
It'd
He's
be
like,
one thing
I'm a
if he could
natural.
use the hammer, but the lightning part was kind of why.
Oh, I've seen Thor do it so many times. It looks easy.
Exactly.
All right, what was the other thing?
God, you're making me not like Captain America. And I don't like that.
I want to talk about the greatest person in Endgame. Fucking Thor.
Fucking Thor.
Yes.
Because it's not even from like a comedy point. Like you could actually like if you're watching, you see like Thor is in like a low of the lows. He is blaming himself for the whole snap. He is blaming and like he's in a complete like depression mode and he just keeps working through it like the whole movie and that's why
Think about 15 minutes before Thanos, he lost his whole fucking planet and dad and everything else too.
Oh, you lost his dad.
He lost half his people. That was the other thing. Like Infinity Wars, he destroys the ship that all the
Asgardians are on.
yeah. But the thing is, Asgardians can breathe in space, like Thor did. So that means he only lost about half the people.
Yeah.
So
Also, Corgan Meek, great throwback.
Oh my! That might be my favorite part of the movie.
New Master 69.
When they're in Thor's house. Thor, he's bullying me again. Thor, he's back. Oh God, so good.
I just thought that what they did with Thor actually made sense, and I know that people are arguing, but like Thor let himself go, and guess what? Because he was in a depressed state, like he was not happy that all that happened. Hide it with alcohol and jokes, you know. Obviously, no one in this podcast hides things with alcohol and jokes, so.
No. Can you
What-
imagine how much beer Thor had to drink to get fat?
you know what I love, and I'll give the Russo brothers this. I'm gonna give back the one of the toes. It's back to 16
Oh,
toes.
goodness.
Is they could have made Thor just be like, all right, well I'm back in it. Like I'm gonna lose all the weight instantly with my Asgardian powers. They kept him fat the entire movie.
Chubby Thor.
Amen.
Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but Beta Bill Ray is confirmed for
Oh.
Guardians 3.
Mm.
Oh, you mean the Asgardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3?
I can't wait.
That is the greatest thing that came out of it.
Yeah. The hype for that movie.
Yeah. At the end when they're talking, Thor's like talking to Quill. Yeah, we know who's in charge. Yeah, you're in charge. He's like kind of wink.
Do you think Thor will be in Guardians 3?
He has to be.
100%. That's
yeah.
what they
Maybe.
set up.
They could pull a Hulk and with Endgame, be like, hey, also by the way, he left 10 minutes ago, so he's not in this movie.
Dude, I would give up on the MCU.
I
If
would
they
too.
set that up and then didn't follow through with
Yeah.
that, the way that Chris Pratt and
Also, Chris
Thor's
Pratt is
actor.
gaining some weight back. Anyone notice that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
those Parks and Rec days. He's missing those, I bet.
But yeah. Well, it's probably about time to wrap this bad boy up.
We could probably talk about this for another hour.
I
Well,
know.
real
but-
quick though, Ant-Man had like absolutely nothing to do in this movie, except for
What?
the pin
Wait,
particles.
hold the fuck
Yeah,
up!
whoa.
No, I mean-
Whoa, why are you
Hold
talking
the
to
fuck
boy?
up.
Bring
No,
it down, Tyler.
I mean he brings the pin particles, but other than that, what did he do?
Comic relief.
Yeah, but I wanted to see him do some more badass stuff.
he got big.
What do
and
you
beat
mean?
it up.
Ant-Man's not a badass.
You know what? I would prefer Ant-Man as Captain America over.
Falcon.
Yes. You know, none of us know the guy's name, the character's name, other than he's the Falcon.
It's true.
You know what? Thinking about it, Tony Stark has all that different armor just lying around somewhere. Someone's gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make another Cap movie, or not Cap, Iron
Yeah.
Man movie. But
Oh, now we can wrap this up. Let's talk about after the credits.
Also, do you,
nothing.
by the way, no, not now. If
There
you go
was
see it
something.
now, the Spider-Man, the new trailer plays at the end of it.
Oh no, it was
Oh,
it
really?
was the hammer. There's
Yeah, no, the
sounds.
hammer sound was a thing, but now if you go see it
Yeah,
now,
okay,
the Spider-Man
so
trailer plays because
I
he
do
brings
want
up
to talk
missing
about the hammer
Tony.
scene. Is that a throwback to the original
Yeah.
Iron Man?
I think
It's
it's,
just
him
a- it's
building
just
his
a
first
salute.
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So yep. We'll end on that, and also I just want to bring up one thing real fast before we leave.
Oh fuck! What?
We're not going to argue about it,
we
That-
might.
That means we're going to.
We might.
but Detective Pikachu
Oh my God,
was
thank you.
better than
Wait,
Endgame.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
100%.
I know this brings up something I just remembered from last night.
Yeah.
Kyle asked us, "Do you think Detective Pikachu will outsell Endgame?"
No, it
No,
won't.
it won't. It won't. But it's better. It's
I said,
so
Kyle,
much
Endgame's
better.
already
He was
made.
so serious. He's like, "Do you think it'll outsell Endgame?"
So I say, Kyle, Endgame's already made $2 billion. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No,
then
it
you got
won't.
you got all the kids. I mean,
I can't have an opinion. I haven't seen it yet, and I am going to see it. So
Yeah,
we'll
we
get
went
back
and
to you.
saw it last night. So
good.
We'll get back to you on that
Good.
one.
oh,
Does it set up
Oh.
sequels?
it sets up a universe.
So do you need to
almost.
set up a sequel on a Pokemon movie? There's
No.
so
It
much
doesn't
shit.
need to set up a sequel, but it could.
Will it,
could
make
be a
me not
movie.
mad that it's not Red
Well-
or Ash?
No,
No.
you're
Think
So-
of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It didn't need a sequel, but we got a sequel, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what they could do with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
um,
good standalone movie, and
So, I mean, it might also be a big nostalgia trip.
I am
but
excited
who
because
knows?
it's the original 150, which is my game.
Oh
no,
it's not.
no, it's not.
No. Yeah, Great Ninjas in it. I saw. Okay, so it's not. But
No, no,
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
me. Like the entire movie, I'll say this right now, and it's not a spoiler, but the entire movie, if you're watching in the background, they went so hard on putting in extra fucking Pokemon that you don't need, but they're just like, fuck it, we're putting it in there.
We have a budget, and we're gonna go over it.
yeah, that's cool. We're gonna take the nephews to see.
So
it
is
here.
there not many originals besides they show the 3 starters? I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, like they do a really good job.
Does
of
Squirtle
spreading
get
it out.
justice? Does my Squirtle get
The
justice?
squirrel get
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
Squirtle's my boy.
Squirtle is adorable.
He is. And War Turtle's the shit.
Fucking they do Charizard justice, they do fucking
Good.
Blastoise justice, they do
Good.
fucking Gengar
Greninja?
Gengar justice.
They do Magic Carp justice.
Oh fuck yeah,
Really?
they do Magikarp justice.
Okay, I have to go see the movie. This will have to be
Snorlax?
another podcast.
Snorlax?
Oh,
There-
they
there's
do a
Snorlax, yeah.
great scene with Snorlax.
All right.
Psyduck.
I'm excited.
Oh my God, Psyduck!
Wait,
yes.
My
Oh,
question.
I gotta go see this like tomorrow.
The yellow bird with like Zapdos?
He's
There's
not in
no
there.
Zapdos.
He's not. He's that one. So. Okay. All right.
But I'm just saying, like, if you know the Pokemon universe, it is 100% full to the brim with Easter eggs.
Yeah,
Like
cool.
it's
Okay.
almost every scene. So
Excited to go see this.
All right, guys.
Love you.
Little announcement. If you're hearing this, I don't know what good this is to you, but the episodes go up on YouTube now as well.
also,
29 Toes on YouTube. Look it up.
Carl,
Looking at you.
Carl, give us a shout out.
Oh,
for
yeah.
your
Plug
YouTube
your
channel.
son.
Hey, everyone, go onto YouTube right now and look up The Misadventures of Grizzly McCoy. Follow me on my adventures through life and filmmaking and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Pretty sweet.
We love you, Carl.
Thank
All
you.
right, cool.
Love you guys too.
Go on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter too.
Please go on Twitter.
I need to get back on Instagram. I let it fail.
And as always, send your corrections to 29toespodcast@gmail.com. Put Tyler in the title.
Yeah, I'll check it. The first time someone does
Oh,
it, I'll
okay.
check it.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's a wrap.
All right. So, everyone, Endgame, see it or not? I'd say definitely do see it.
Definitely
I would say see it.
in
Yeah.
a
If you've
theater.
invested your time in the MCU, you gotta
Yeah,
watch
you
it.
have
All
to
right.
see it.
See it
All
in the
right.
theater, then buy it.
Yep. Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Oh, I tried to grab it. Didn't work.
All right, let's get some.
Oh, there it was. Bye.
Ew.
Turn the TV down! With the clap. Probably me since I'm close. Louder than that. One clap. It's good. Hey, back off. I'll go off the first one.
That was a tasty treat.
Wow, that hurt my hands too.